welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. I'm the Urban Seer, your guide to love, destiny and manifesting the life you desire. And welcome to this special video. As many of you may already know, I'm currently taking or having to take a little break from lives due to some ongoing home renovations that have caused some Wi-Fi issues, power cuts, all that kind of fun. So I'm not able to do my live sessions, it's just too unpredictable, but I did want to stay connected with you during this time, so I thought it would be a fun idea to invite those who wanted to submit a question for this pre-recorded video. So thank you so much to everyone who did submit a question. I received some really thoughtful, detailed questions, so thank you so much. It helps me connect with your energy and provide some deeper, more meaningful guidance. So I'm really looking forward to doing the readings today. I'll be doing a personalised reading for each and every one of you in this video and include a timestamp for you in the description box below for you to check out with ease. And if all goes to plan, I'll be back to my usual live schedule next week. So I'm also looking forward to connecting with you in real time again as soon as possible. But let's get into it, see what messages Spirit has for you. For anyone interested, I'm using the beautiful Mystic Fair tarot deck, which we have used once before in the live. But let's get into it. Love and light. So Eco 7, you are number 1 on the list, so thank you for your question. And you wanted to look at work and career, what is coming next, and also anything that you need to be aware of in order to reach your goal efficiently. I know that time and kind of speeding up the process was an important part of this question too. So let's take a look, see what the cards have to offer. So Spirit, so the first card that I'll pull is what's coming next in your career, so we can break it down. It's jumping out there, I'll take that. And then the next one was, what do you need to focus on or be aware of to reach your goal efficiently? And as quickly as possible, I guess, yeah? So, what's coming next? This first card that fell out. Wow. Major Arcana, the Empress. This is such a beautiful card, such a powerful card. It's a Major Arcana, yeah, so this has very potent energies. In the kind of hierarchy of the tarot, it's one of the more evolved energies, okay? And this is you for sure, Eco 7, coming through here. It's like you have got everything within you capable of achieving your goal. The Empress there's this quote that I always remember that's connected to the Empress. She has a universe inside of her. And the Empress is the combination of all the queens merged kind of into one person, one energy, one focus. And the Empress is very expressive, so I feel like this is the kind of harvest point of your career, like you will reap the rewards. The Empress is the divine feminine, the mother of the deck as well, so I feel like this work, this career that you've been working on for some time and the changes that you've gone through, but you've been a nurturing mother to this project, to this venture, and it's somewhat of a child of yours maybe, and it's like reaching that point where you can reap what you've sown, a harvest period. Whenever I see the Empress, okay, it's like reaching that pinnacle of when the flower has blossomed. So we see lots of flowers throughout here as well. So it is the culmination of, you are reaching some kind of moment of a flower blossoming. Obviously this will happen throughout your career many times, and then you'll kind of begin the next level, you know, you'll keep leveling up throughout. But this particular goal that stands in front of you next, whatever you're pushing for, what you say that if it's like waiting for more customers, more movement, more connections with people who can help your business grow, It's that kind of energy, but it's the culmination. So it is on its way to you, Eco 7, for sure. Now, this is the promise, this is the confirmation. It's on its way, it's coming, this next step of evolution. I feel like you'll feel a lot more comfortable as well when you reach this stage. It'll be validating for you, and you'll be able to step into your Empress energy more and become the kind of idea in your mind of what it'll boost your confidence, it'll boost your creativity, all that kind of thing, because you'll have that level validation of success, whatever you have in your mind at the moment. The second half of the question though, Eco 7, let's have a look about if there's anything that you need to be aware of that could be possibly slowing you down. King of Swords. This could be, tell what resonates with this. King of Swords could be someone who is slowing something down. Literally, this could be another person's energy, a King of Swords energy. This is someone who can be quite ruthless, who, if you're not careful, the King of Swords can cut down your dreams. So be aware of energies or people around you who are maybe being limiting in some way. Kind of, you know, the Empress is nurturing of our ideas, is waters, you know, waters, feeds, gives it sunlight, lets the flower bloom. The King of Swords energy can be very harsh, cynical, can cut off, I'm almost seeing an image of a flower head being cut off. So this could be, tell you what resonates, this could be someone around you. You need to protect yourself from that kind of energy, but it also could be our inner critic. This could be you as well, your King of Swords energy within you, who is maybe super critical. Because there's a fine line here between it's good to be realistic, it's good to be committed to your truth, straight to the point, kind of brutally honest in a way. There is a time and place for that, okay, Eco 7. But I actually feel like at this period, like, it's not helpful, and I feel like maybe your inner critic or people around you, critics, are not being helpful at this time. It's too harsh an energy. We're in the divine feminine, we're in the Empress energy, we're in nurturing. This is what is needed, this is what's coming down the track. The King of Swords, we don't need to be in this. There's a time and place for this, and I feel like now we need to be protective of our overthinking and of being too critical, and protecting ourselves of anyone else who is bringing that energy towards us. So maybe keep your ideas to yourself until they're more established or developed. If you're feeling that someone you can't trust those ideas with someone, you know, we don't want people to put out we need to grow our fires. People can go out putting out fires before they've even had chance to get going and grow. So kind of polar opposite energies here that I see. So I hope that resonated, Eco 7. Please let me know in the comments if it did, how it did, and give me a thumbs up if this reading did resonate for you. But yeah, all the best with that situation. I'll connect again with you soon, Eco 7. Love and light. So next up on the list we have the lovely Travel Lover. Thank you so much for your question. I'll just start shuffling the cards and give like an overview for anyone else watching, and just so I can clarify to you what we're looking at with regards to Steve's feelings for you. I understand that you've had a few communications in the last year, you said, but nothing in person. I want to see what his energy is for you now. I understand, sorry, I missed your birthday, which was May the 12th yesterday, so happy birthday, Travel Lover, much love, on the full moon in Scorpio, no less. So I hope you had a lovely day. I know you were maybe seeing if Steve would contact you then. That would kind of be a yes no question, so I probably wouldn't focus on that energy anyway. So let's have a look. We'll break this down, okay? we'll see what his feelings are towards you now, and then we'll have a look at likely actions of what he's kind of going to do with those feelings. Where will that lead this connection? Yeah, I know there's a strong soulmate connection and energy that you felt here, okay? So how he's feeling, and the cards are wanting to jump out. A lot of cards are wanting to jump out. Oh wow, look at this. Two of Cups, the card of soulmate. So he feels that energy too, travel lover. The Two of Cups is the card of soulmates, okay? Twin flame energy. The cup, you know, you both do hold those feelings, those emotions for each other. And there's kind of like this, there is a spiritual connection that I see here. You know, you see these two cups that are raised that are like cheers. So maybe you're picking up in that, okay? If he's been on your mind more of late. You know, even if it's in a no contact situation, even if things have gone quiet, he still, when he thinks of you, or currently now when he thinks of you, he has an understanding as well, travel lover, that you're a soulmate. But how does that affect his actions, okay? Because he may feel that and then still may feel blocked, paralyzed by certain things that have... I know that you said that marriage was kind of a point that you disagreed on, so that could be, you know, an obvious block. But let's see what the next card says about how this will influence his actions. Oof, and we have a major arcana, the Devil card. So he's still got some stuff to deal with. The Devil card is about being still tied to habits, behaviors, toxic people even, who aren't good for us, and cycles that we are struggling to break. So this is still present, okay, with this Devil energy. Obviously it's a major arcana, it holds potent, quite powerful energy. So this is also what can be going on behind the scenes with Steve right now as well, that he's in some kind of battle with his demons, yeah? When we see with his devil on his shoulder. How that manifests, you will know, because you know him more better than me. If that's, you know, it can be financial issues, addictions, it can be just not being able to get on track in some way, which I know that we've seen come up with Steve a few times. It's like these demons in a way are present with him, inner demons I mean by that, you know, not being able to shake old habits and behaviors that aren't good for him, and that ultimately, you know, aren't good for this connection. I'm going to pull one card just for any final messages from Spirit. It's such a shame because it's like all those loving feelings are there, but then we have this devil energy coming through. I mean, what it could say as well is that, yeah, here we go. We've got the Two of Swords, some kind of angst, some indecision. There's a crossroads that Steve has been faced with at the moment. When we see, you know, two swords represent being at a kind of crossroads like that, and needing, again, being faced with what direction are you going to choose to go in your life, you know? Are you going to keep doing what you've always done, or are you going to do something different? This person is blindfolded here, so this means that Steve needs to go within and tap into some inner strength, tap into his intuition. The answers aren't outside, okay? The answers for him aren't to be found outside, they are internal. So he needs to be more reflective, more insightful. Maybe he is doing this, maybe he understands that he's at some kind of crossroads. I kind of feel like he is with this. He has some understanding of that he can't keep doing what he's been doing, but, you know, we see this with many people. Can they find the strength to do something different and evolve and change? Yeah. And that's what the block is about, this beautiful soulmate energy in such contrast, yeah, to that kind of tense, angsty energy here that we see. There is this beautiful two soulmate cups. That connection is real. But yeah, he is struggling at the moment, I would say, travel lover. I hope that reading resonated for you. And connected with you. Please do drop a comment down below, travel love, if it did, and give me a thumbs up. But wishing you all the best with this situation, and hopefully I'll catch you soon. Love and light. Channeling, my love, you are next. Thank you so much for your question. So I know that you said that you released some energies around you that were draining you, which is great to hear that you've been able to do that. And the first half of your question, so you'd like to know from Spirit what guidance you need to do the right thing now to raise your vibration, which is a lovely question. And the second part is how to attract like-minded people into your life and a possible partner. Also a great question. So let's have a look at first half. How can you raise Spirit? How can Channeling raise her vibration now that she's released some draining energies? How can she take it to the next level? Next up, how can she... Ooh, look at that, jumping out. This is how you can attract like-minded people, partner, etc. Okay, first half, raising your vibration. 10 of Pentacles. Lovely energy. Just keep being consistent with this 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles represents success, really. It's such a powerful card of success, of security. It's about financial security as well, so practical security, and there's some kind of message maybe here as well that you can, by being focused on that, doesn't mean that that's a low vibration. I don't know if sometimes maybe materialistic goals feel low vibrational to you, but it's all about how we approach them. Being successful, having money, all that good stuff, having, you know, the house we dreamed of, it's kind of about going for the whole dream, whatever that is to you, you know, about having it all. Say in a traditional way, it might be, you know, marriage, kids, the financial security, but it's whatever your dream life in a way looks like, and it's about not settling, this card. But it's also about, because it's 10 of Pentacles, it's just about being consistent, about showing up each day to put in the work and the effort, whatever that looks like. If it's about being in some kind of routine as well, you know, if it's about meditating every day, being truly committed to that, sort of like as much as we would, you know, always say brush our teeth and have a shower every day, then our spiritual cleanliness routine and discipline can be like meditating every day. Yeah. Yoga practice, you know, whatever, but focus it particularly on it with a spiritual focus, okay? Because this is how we raise our vibration, by checking in every day, but also being disciplined with our mindset, with our routines, like our spiritual routines, just as much as our, you know, say health and fitness routines. It's the same kind of approach. And then you will get there. One day you'll wake up and you'll be in your 10 of Pentacles life. Yeah, it will have arrived for you. Second half, about attracting like-minded people and a possible partner. This is kind of part answered it in this with the 10 of Pentacles energy. But let's see if there's anything else. Oof. Well, here he is. Here is the possible partner, the King of Pentacles. Someone who is kind of doing the same, because the King of Pentacles is practical and that they are established. So this is someone who I think is on their way to you if you can hold this vibration. You know, if you show up as this, if you emit this kind of energy, then you ultimately draw people of that same vibration towards you. You can do it with intention as well. This is what you want. This King of Pentacles is someone who you can really rely on, okay? And they have their life together. The King of Pentacles is very worldly wise, has dealt with business, career, success, that kind of thing, has lived a life and has grown wise from it, okay? And they also have always like a level of success, yeah? So they've got a lot to offer you on a practical basis as well, but also I would say someone who would show up, yeah? I know that you've had people in the past, maybe this is who you've released, who have had a flakiness about them. The King of Pentacles is the opposite of flakiness, okay? Is stability, is consistency. What lovely energy to come through. This is that possible partner that you want. How to bring them through is by bringing that kind of energy yourself. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonates, channeling, for you. Please let me know in the comments if it did and give me a thumbs up. But thank you so much for your question. Keep us posted. Love and light. Hey Tej, my love, I hope you're well. Thank you so much for your question. I appreciate the detail and the context. So let's take a look at Siddharth's current energy towards you. Temperance, Major Arcana, still a powerful connection here with it being a Major Arcana. The Two of Cups as well, I mean, this does mirror to me, like I always, when I see it in this deck, it looks like a Two of Cups card in many respects, because it's so similar, which is like a soulmate kind of energy to emotions. Now Temperance is about the need to restore harmony, and it's about a patient energy. I'm going to pull an extra card to see. I mean, this is Siddharth's energy, okay? I feel like he's trying to, with this Temperance card, he's trying to get grounded and he's trying to center himself. Can you see how the person in the image is has their eyes closed? It's like they're almost in a meditation, and they're going within and trying to still their emotions and find that inner calm. Let's have a look at their next likely actions. I feel like that could be helpful, Tej, as well. The Six of Pentacles, more balance, more... This is a bit more like moving into an energy where there's a bit more give and take here, Tej, okay? Because I know that you've just had such a kind of brick wall up against you in a way, that there's been such a blocked energy here. The Six of Pentacles is when there's some more give and take, there's some reciprocity going on here. Again, we see the Two Cups that are this person's trying to balance these Two Cups, trying to balance the emotions of this situation, and that's doubled down on here with this Six of Pentacles. So I think that energy between you is moving towards that, in becoming more give and take, more balance. So you may get more communication from them, that's how it might manifest. The energies between you, if they have been tense, feel to be getting easier, calmer, and like I say, the focus being more balanced, which can only be a good thing, okay, on where that would lead to. So I hope that resonated. Please let me know in the comments if it did. Give me a like if that reading, like I say, resonated with you. But all the best for that situation. Do keep us posted, Tage. Love and light. So Kashish, you are next. Thank you so much for your question. I know that you wanted to look at career and that you've been feeling stuck. I know you said in every side of your life, so maybe just the energy's been stuck just overall, yeah, if I'm understanding that right. And that you're doing a lot of auditions, but there doesn't sound like there's not much movement. I know you do ask when will I be selected, so I don't do timeline questions, but I can certainly look at the energy around the career. What's coming next, yeah? And what I know you said, and how will the journey what will be the journey of your career, your singing career. So let's take a look. You can look at first, just to open it up with the current energies. Six of Swords. It's been a turbulent time for you. Ups and downs. Maybe some rejections, like you say, like the emotion, yeah, I know, of like auditioning, you know, there's such a build up, and you have to give it your all each time of what it can, because this could be your break, this is what it could lead to, yeah. So it's very much like having to ride a wave, many ups and downs. But the Six of Swords is a promise of now moving into calmer waters. So having a bit more peace about the situation. I'm going to dig into this deeper about exactly what will bring that peace. Maybe it's just finding a place to stand with this, or something actually getting some movement that will make you feel more at peace, like you are on the right track and things are happening. There's someone here who's going to help you as well, who is sort of like your partner in crime, your buddy, your ally on this journey, Kashish, as well. So I feel like you already know this person and they're with you and they're your greatest supporter. There's something always with this card as well, the Six of Swords, because it's about swords, so this is connected to our thoughts, our mind. It's about leaving behind some outdated mindsets about this situation, about yourself. So maybe something to reflect on about how you are viewing this situation. I don't know if it's about maybe evolving. It could be about even about how you approach your singing, like the kind of singing that you do, that you produce, or something like that. It can't tell you what resonates with this. There's something that you've outgrown that needs to be left in the past. Okay, let's see what this what will bring in this change, what will move from turbulent seas to calmer waters. What exactly is this, Spirit? It's an offer. So it is an offer. The Page of Pentacles is a physical, tangible offer. So in the area of work, of career, of your singing, of your ambitions, Kashish. So this is awesome. So this is the promise that something is on its way to you, is coming down the track. Because it's a page, so it's like it's kind of new and young almost in its essence, the offer, like it's something that can grow and mature into more. But it's that kind of step that you have needed. I feel like you've needed something, stability, something tangible, something real to happen. So this is an offer for you, Kashish. And this breakthrough, this offer of work, like if it was a regular gig, or I don't know quite how you get your music out there, but this could look like a regular gig or something like that would bring it's just having that consistency that I feel like that you've struggled for, needed, wanted, and that has been lacking. So great to see this, Kashish. It is on its way, and that is what is going to bring you the peace. I feel like you'll just have so much more inner peace from that, you and this ally that you have here. So I hope this reading resonated with you. Please let me know in the comments if it did. Give me a thumbs up and keep us posted, Kashish, on your journey. Love and light. So Bahar, you are up next. Thank you so much for your question. I'm really sorry to hear that you are struggling, you know, at this time with a lot of blocks in a lot of areas of your life, okay, with money, work, relationship, etc. So let's dig in and see what Spirit has to say for you, okay, some guidance with the difficult time that you're going through. I'm going to have a look at what you can do with regards to work and money first, and then we'll take a look at relationships separate. Oh, look at this. Ace of Wands. Oh, flipping. This is an opportunity. This is an offer. Ace is all about, Bahar, new beginnings. Now, because it's Wands as well, so this is fire energy, Bahar. So this is something that I feel like, or this is guidance to go in the direction of something that you feel passionate about. Look at this kind of explosive energy. So I know, you know, when money is of the essence and stuff, we can't always, sometimes we just have to take a job so that we can pay the bills. But on a bigger scale, you know, on a kind of maybe a long-term goal, this Ace of Wands is telling you we need to kind of follow our passions and our creativity more. Something that aligns more with your heart's desires. Maybe this is what's been lacking. Maybe you've even struggled to know what that is. Obviously, only you know how much knowledge, you know, that you have about your passions, your desires when it comes to making money in some area that is not just turning up for a paycheck. Like I said, I understand fully that, you know, we have to go through times of just doing that sometimes, getting a job that's just a paycheck. But on a deeper level and a more long-term goal, there is this Ace of Wands that says, let's start something that we are passionate about. And maybe that might involve trial and error period. If you may have a clear understanding and know what that is, and this is Spirit saying we need to kind of go in that direction now, okay, Bahar, to help you feel happier, to make you feel more inspired and less down, low, flat, okay, to say that this is still possible, to pursue this path of something that you are passionate about, and not to give up, yeah. And we start at the Ace, it's like we have to start again at the beginning, but then that eventually is how we get to the Ten of Wands, you know, the culmination of more of what we want and achievements in an area that we actually are engaged in, and our heart's desires aligns with that. So I hope that resonates. Like I say, it's fire energy, so if you begin to take steps in that area, like say it may be a process of trial and error as well, trying this, no that's not it, then trying this, you know, trying to connect with that passion and reignite it again, you know, if it's gone out. Let's move on to the second placement, which is focusing on love and romance connections. And we have a Page of Pentacles. So this came through for someone else earlier actually, and this is an offer, a tangible offer. This could be actually someone's energy, a page coming through to you, who is this is earth energy. They could be an earth sign or have this prominent in their chart, but it's also just their energetic signature. Okay, the qualities of a Page of Pentacles is someone that has a genuine offer for you, something that is real. Again, it's kind of new in its essence. It's something that needs to be nurtured, and it's those first few steps. I don't know if there's anyone energetically around you at the minute who this resonates with you. They can be quite cautious. They are patient in their energy. Or this, if there's no one, then this is who's coming through next. Okay, the new energy coming through. They could be quite shy in their nature as well, but what they have to offer is real and is genuine, which is really lovely and which is refreshing. Okay, so they won't come in like promising you the world, you know, blustering in like a Knight of Wands would. You know, they come in, they leave just as quickly as they came in. This is someone who takes their time, who moves with intention through the world and what they do and what they say. So 2 really promising cards for you, Bahar, in this difficult time. Guidance about how to make steps towards something that really matters for you. And then the next person who is coming through to you, who has this genuine offer and has a real calmness about them and a real beautiful gentleness and intention around them. So I hope this reading resonated for you, Bahar. Please drop in the comments if it did. Please give me a thumbs up and keep us posted with this journey. But love and light, Bahar. Catch up soon. Hey, Mbali, thank you so much for your question. Just going to start shuffling the cards. And just to go over your question, so we're looking at the future actions on the situation with Lucky. I understand that you're in no contact. I'm really sorry about this situation of what you're having to go through. Let's see what Spirit and the cards are having to say. They're jumping out. I'm going to take a look at this. The Hermit, Major Arcana. This is you, Mbali, who has been left, the Hermit, in a place of isolation, yeah? You still have this light, though, that they haven't been able to take away from you, okay? And this also, to me, represents the kind of hope that there is more to this situation, okay? Be that reconciliation. We'll have a look at the future energies, okay? But it's like holding a light for someone, for them to find their way back to you, okay? The Hermit is as well, it advises us to use this period of being alone to find insight, okay? So try to look, obviously we're wondering what Lucky is feeling, what's going on for them, which we'll take a look at. But also this time is to ask yourself, what do you want? And how do you feel about this now? Because this is a huge betrayal that's gone on here between you both, okay? There may be a way back to each other, but use this time productively to maybe rediscover yourself. We can often get lost in painful connections. We can lose ourselves, yeah? Let's see what's going on for him, though. Oof, cards jumping out again. 3 of Swords, there is some heartache on his side, which is interesting. The 3 of Swords is heartache, heartbreak, a wound. So obviously this is your situation. I don't know all the ins and outs, but on the other side of this could be, you know, an old wound that has resurfaced, that kind of instigated his actions of walking away and not being able to handle the situation that he found himself in. Now, it's not up to you to make this better and to heal his heart. I feel like this is a wound that only he can heal. But I feel like there is some suffering going on behind the scenes with him now. Obviously, we're not getting communication from them. But there is certainly some pain here. There is some suffering. Not caused by you, caused almost like self-inflicted pain of what he's done to himself by kind of the breakdown of this situation, but also maybe some pain from the past that has resurfaced. I don't know if you're aware of anything that triggered this, because it sounds so sudden as to why he just went into no contact. Let's see what the future holds. But yeah, that's interesting for that to come up. So in some ways you might think, oh, he's having, you know, maybe he's having a good time, or he's like forgotten about us. No, he is, for whatever reason, he is going through some kind of suffering. So I would say, when you question, you know, part of your question, has he moved on? I would say no. He is unhappy wherever he is, whatever he's doing. There's a great deal of unhappiness that is surrounding him and within him. Let's have a look at the future of this union of you and him. Through your insight, I just want to throw out, because you said, should I move on? This is about why we need to check in with ourselves about what he has done to you. Is this something that you could recover on? If he turned up on your doorstep tomorrow, would you be able to work it out? But anyway, in answer to that question as well, has he moved on? No, I don't see that. There is pain, there is suffering going on. I don't know what's, like, say, maybe you will have more insight as to what has set that off. Let's have a look at the future of this union. What's coming down the track for you both? Oof, 10 of Cups. There is the chance of reconciliation here, Mbali, if this is what you want. 10 of Cups is emotional fulfillment. 10 of Cups is the happy ever after, which is amazing to see to have come through here. So this is a hopeful card to say, this is Spirit saying that this is possible. This is the future of this union. Look at all that harmony, that joy. The 10 is like, you know, the pinnacle, the culmination. So maybe this is something still that you can work through, okay? Whatever this deep pain that Lucky is going through, there is some healing that needs to happen here, obviously. But when we see the future of this union, there it is. You know, 10 of Cups is such a, would be a card of reconciliation here. So there is still hope, there is still chance at this time. This is current energies, things can change all the time, but as they stand now. So you're holding this light, you know, for him to make his way back to you. And I see at this time, with this 10 of Cups, that is definitely a possibility. I just hope that he can come to the understanding to reach out to you, to make contact and try to work through whatever this is with you, you know, rather than separate. This is something that you need to be able to work through together. So I hope this reading resonated for you, Mbali. Please let me know in the comments. Drop me a like if it did resonate for you. And please keep us posted. I hope to catch up with you soon, but wishing you all the best, love and light. Hey and welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for your question. So I'm just going to start shuffling the cards to get the energy going. Like you say in our recent readings, when looking at this connection, we had the Two of Wands, the Three of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune and the Star, all very kind of positive cards with a lot of movement and hope. Yeah, I understand that you've given some space and a small break, which sounds good, allowing them time to reflect on this connection. But based on the energy of the cards that we've had before, you ask, what direction is he currently leaning towards in this relationship? Great question. I will pull that first. So what direction, Spirit, is he currently leaning towards in this relationship? More wands and more wands. Two of Wands, the future. Again, contemplation, looking out onto the horizon here. This is him, yeah, very clearly him, his energy. Each wand represents you. So this is the connection, this is the couple, this is the coupling, whenever we see a two. Looking out onto the horizon, the future, and contemplating, planning, which we've seen so much of, about this, like wanting to make it work and thinking about how to make it work. I'm going to dig in a little bit deeper about that, because where is, you know, kind of beneath that contemplation? Can you tell us anything more about that, Spirit? So he's thinking of you so much, and he's, I feel like he wants to make this work. I suppose what's he going to do about it is the next, I think maybe is the next half of your question. Yeah, what shifts might be unfolding within him? That's a great way to word it, and around him. Five of Cups, sadness, loss, disappointment. So feeling the sadness about the kind of halt, I think, that he's put on this connection, the pause, and maybe even the fact that you've given him some space, allowed him to reflect on this connection. This has brought in the realization of the sadness and the loss about what is at stake here, yeah? And what he could lose. How will this influence his actions, Spirit? So yeah, what is unfolding within him is the sadness, tapping into those kind of feelings, and which is interesting. Feeling the loss, which maybe he hasn't on and off, maybe he's tapped into that, but he's feeling that again now. So how will this influence his next steps, his next actions? Spirit, can you tell us that? Eight of Wands, it will move him forward towards you. Look at that, fireworks. This is fireworks in this, because I'm still getting to know this deck, so it's quite exciting. But the Eight of Wands here, it will lead to fireworks. And how interesting, how funny. Eight of Wands, fast moving energy, movement towards you. It's almost like I'm seeing, like, you know, if you think of a bow and arrow, the pulling back period, which is going on now, and it's that kind of, and then the sadness and the pause, the Two of Wands pulling an arrow back, and then it's released, and then we have moving to this Eight of Wands energy. So I feel like this pause is really good, is actually really productive, and was the right thing for you to do. So continue that break for as long as it feels right, obviously intuitively as well, but it is having an impact, and bringing the results and movement and change, which is also, this aligns with, you know, this Wheel of Fortune energy that we saw, and the continuation of the Wands, Two of Wands again, but then moving on to Three of Wands, the sort of movement and continuation that Wands do bring, with it being fire energy. Interesting. So I hope that resonated, Anne. Please let me know in the comments if it did. Give me a thumbs up. Please do keep us posted about this connection. I will check in with you again one way or the other soon, but wishing you all the best. Love and light. Hello Arpita, welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for your question, but let's get into it. I know you're asking, from what you've said and what I understand, that you are having more of an idea about where you're heading now, like things are starting to come together more after a period of isolation, but you're now feeling more connected to yourself. But there are still some blocks here. Maybe that's like some in-out kind of energy, feeling on track, feeling connected, and then falling out of that, so not consistent. So we can take a look at that, and the question being, what change is coming in the future for you. So first of all, I'm going to touch on this feeling connected to yourself. How can we build on that? How can we create that consistency? And like you said, that positive mindset that you want to maintain. And then the next half is what change is coming in the future. This can be in any area, anything. I'll just leave it wide open for Spirit to say. Okay, so this is about staying connected to yourself. Oof, the Moon, Major Arcana. You're doing the work already, Arpita, okay? But the Moon is that energy when in essence, it's about trusting ourselves without needing to have all the information. The Moon is like when we're in the dark in a situation, which really we all are, however much we kind of cling to things that bring us security and what we know and what our future, we tell ourselves what our future holds. Ultimately, all we have is the present, and the rest is really unknown. You know, things can change in the flip of a switch, and it's kind of when I see the Moon card, it's about getting comfortable with the unknown and managing our insecurities and anxieties in the dark, okay? And not trying to insist or kind of force on finding a certain way forward. It's almost like the human condition to want to know how to want to know how things are going to go. Like, that's kind of only natural, and we need to have certain things in place to give us security. But in reality, we're all just in the dark, and we only have the present. And the best thing to do, like I say, is to try and get comfortable with the unknown and manage our anxieties and our insecurities. So I hope that resonates with you, with the kind of idea of where you're heading in life. And it's okay not to know. Sometimes that's when we find out the most about ourselves, when things don't go to plan and we're thrown into the darkness, and these wolves are howling at the moon, and our fears that represent our fears, these wolves do here, kind of snapping at our ankles. And it's actually very empowering, and it's a really great position to be in if we can just hold our center and our strength and be comfortable in this darkness and with our fears, and almost welcome them in and say, it's okay, we will work this out, whatever comes our way. And then it's like the idea, I suppose the goal is that we can carry that peace with us at all times, yeah? Because we trust our intuition and ourselves so much, and we make friends with our fears. So let's see what this future energies are coming down the track. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. This is really nice energy, okay? This is about progress, real consistent progress. So I feel like this is you beginning to see tangible results, begin to see from the seeds that you've planted, beginning to see the growth. So if finances is a thing, then that will improve, or if it's career that we're focusing on, that will progress. Wherever you're hoping to see movement, Arpita, okay? This is the Knight of Pentacles goes at their own pace, okay? It does require some patience. There is slow, steady energy, but it's earth energy, and it means that it's real, it's genuine, it's laying a very good foundation. So don't panic or freak out if it feels like it's not going quicker, as quick as it should, that you feel like it needs to go faster. That's not, the Knight of Pentacles goes at their own pace, but they get it done, okay? And this is some really real progression that is being made. So different kind of Knight of Wands, they can charge in and kind of make things happen really quickly, but then you turn around, it's like they're nowhere to be seen, and then it's like those projects can just die, something like that, yeah? But with the Knight of Pentacles, it's like they will see things out to the end. So this could be someone coming in as well to help you, Arpita, on this path, someone to rely on and to help you progress. But I also think it's a message about you, what to expect and how to show up. And it's just about being consistent, and you are going in the right direction, and probably get more what you've said, about that kind of in-out energy that you felt, sometimes feeling connected and sometimes not. I feel like that will lessen, because again, the Knight of Pentacles is a stable and consistent energy. So I think you will begin to feel more secure, more grounded, and all that good stuff. So I hope that resonated, Arpita. Some interesting energies there, positive energies. You're doing the work and you are making it happen, okay? So you will get there. Let me know if it resonated in the comments. Give me a like if it did as well. And hopefully I will catch up with you soon, Arpita. Keep us posted on this. Love and light. Hey Kuntry, welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for your question. Let's take a look at Deidre, okay? So I know you said he's been super distant lately. And you've expressed how this makes you feel, which is good steps. How did this message make him feel? What were his thoughts? Okay, so how was this received? Let's tap in. Interesting. Six of Pentacles. This is good, Kuntry, actually. This is all about reciprocity, balance, give and take. So I think that it landed how you hoped, in the sense that you kind of called him out on that things were out of balance, yeah? That things were out of whack, and this was not okay, that you needed more, and it didn't make you feel good. So it really kind of struck how it was meant to, and I feel like he does have an understanding of there needs to be an equal give and take, and there needs to be, if he wants this to continue, then there needs to be more balance in this relationship. If you've been giving more, you know, and if he's kind of shut down and being distant, I feel like he's taking it in a good way, really, as it was intended. I imagine that you kind of worded it in a good way, like not in a criticizing way, and that was able for how he was able to hear it. Anything else, Spirit? I kind of want to see about how this will influence his actions next. You know, he understands it. Hopefully this will translate into change. Oh, 2 cards. Transformation, death card. So it will be a death of the old and make way for the new here, Kuntry. So that's a major arcana. I don't know as well if he is... This could also just kind of, because it's a major arcana, and it reflects... you know, it's a deep message, it's a big message here. If he's going through some big changes, some losses in, is this what's caused it? Is this touching on maybe what's caused him to be distant? There's some kind of endings going on, like in, that are making way ultimately for new energies and new beginnings. It could be, you know, changes in how he sees things, changes internally. It doesn't have to be external. Tell you what resonates with that, of how much that you know that's going on for him, but it feels like on a wider level there's some kind of transformation happening for him, which feels like that's connected to his distant energy. But look, then we have, how is that going to influence, how is this realization that you've called him out on, that he's not showing up how he needs to, it will influence him as the Ace of Cups, which is just lovely, beautiful. This is him showing up with offering more. Ace of Cups is a full cup, okay, is a love offering, is a fresh start, is kind of a new beginning within this connection, Kuntry. So this is just perfect to see this Ace of Cups. You couldn't want for a better card to appear in that placement, okay, when answering that question. So I think it's shaking him up in the right way. It was received, he heard it, and he's going to take the right kind of action. This death card is kind of a bigger thing that's going on. I don't know how much you know about this, of what's going on a deeper level, let's say behind the scenes, of some kind of big transition, transformation that he's going through, which, like I say, is seems to be connected to the distance. I hope that resonated, Kuntry. Please let me know in the comments if it did. Give me a thumbs up if it did, and I will catch up with you soon. Love and light. Hello. Welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for your question, my love. I'm sorry to hear that you are having what sounds like a difficult time, yeah. Family dynamics can be very heavy energy, yeah. Like you say, they depend on you, you're the rock, but then you're also the scapegoat. There's some injustice going on there, isn't there? Let's take a look and see what Spirit says. So I want, what does your higher self want to say or what to do. So sort of guidance on this situation, yeah, this very difficult situation. Cards are jumping out here. Hello. Two of Pentacles. This is you having to juggle this situation, yeah? And it can get overwhelming. It's like this duality that I kind of touched on, and what you touched on about being, it doesn't make sense, does it, to be the rock, but then to receive the criticism for not being kind of good enough in a way. And I feel like you've got a lot on your plate. If there's anything that you can do, this might not be possible, but if there is anything that you can do to take off your plate, hello, do you need to be carrying, you know, as much as you are? Is there some way that you can draw your energy back? I feel like there's so much going on that it's hard to protect yourself in this situation, protect your energy, and kind of set boundaries with family. Two of Pentacles is about needing to ground ourselves, okay, to find our center, because this is when we get overwhelmed, the Two of Pentacles, and internally we become somewhat of a washing machine and can lose ourselves. And then, then we're more vulnerable to being maybe taken advantage of by people, or being not treated, you know, our boundaries getting broken. Kind of open ourselves up to the negativity. It happens to us all, yeah, but when you're kind of, have got too much going on, is there a way of doing less? I don't know if you're doing too much for the family. I'm going to pull another card for more guidance as well. Tell us more, Spirit. Or hello's higher self, tell us more. Ten of Wands, again, the need to put down some burdens. Something has to, it feels like it's like something's got to give. Okay, here, this is all the wands, okay, that you've carried, all the burdens that you've carried from your family, a long way and a long journey. So maybe this has been going on for years, maybe this has been going on for your whole life, that you've always been kind of put in this position. Families kind of tend to do that. We get our roles and it's very hard to break free of them. But the Ten of Wands is that reaching that kind of, something's got to give, and so an end of a cycle. So you are moving towards, the end of a cycle. Something has to change, and some burdens do need to be put down. I feel like you are carrying too much. You have taken on too much. Start small, okay, if it feels too scary or too challenging, scared for the backlash from the family. When we try to change things, there is, we'll get more than likely a backlash, pushback, people won't like it. So start small if you need to, if you have to. I feel like withdrawing your energy in some ways, doing less, whatever that looks like, whatever that means to you. At the minute, we're doing too much, and this is perpetuating this cycle. It's making our boundaries weak because we're overwhelmed, because one person can only carry so much. If they're not respecting you, if they are criticizing you and scapegoating you, but then expecting you to be there and show up for them all the time and be consistent, then it's not going to work like that. And you need to tell them that this isn't, in a practical way though, not really verbally. You need to, or energetically, you know, pull back, or practically do less. Take what resonates with however it is that you are your family's rock. But yeah, something's got to give, something needs to be released so that you have more for yourself. Hello, I feel like this is really important. And the Ten of Wands as well, it's when we can put down some burdens, okay? And then an Ace comes, and it's an opportunity to do something different, a new beginning, a new start with a different kind of energy. You need to replenish your energy source for sure. There is too much pressure on you, I feel like. I hope that resonated. Please let me know in the comments if it did. Give me a thumbs up for this video if it did. Wishing you all the best with this tricky situation. Hello, sending you love and light, and catch up soon. Hey Kimmie, last but not least, welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for your question. I hope you're well. I'm just going to shuffle the cards to get the energy going and have a look at your question, where you ask, how can I best serve my community? What a beautiful question. Are there spiritual gifts that I need to use to serve that community? Let's see what Spirit has to say. So first half of the question, I'm going to pull, cards are jumping. This it is. How can I best serve your community? Okay, Kimmie. Major Arcana. Beautiful card. The Star card is the card of hope, Kimmie. And it is a very spiritual card, because this is already kind of merged into the second half of your question about your spiritual gifts. The Star card carries the energy, and this is you, okay, Kimmie, the energy that you carry, the energetic signature is what I like to call it. Look at all this bursting with light, with purity, and this beautiful blue, which actually is connected to, blue is connected to the throat chakra, about speaking truth, so there can be something connected to that as well, about communication, speaking our truth, and speaking out. But the Star card is about a card of hope and maintaining hope, maybe even in dark times, in difficult times, being that ray of hope. The Star card is about a wish come true, so it's like a wish upon a star energy, and it has almost like at times like almost like an idealistic energy, but in this context, you know that is a good thing. It's about not kind of settling, not changing our wish for something less. It's about really keeping that high hope and that wish. So that is what you can represent and bring to your community. You know, like, hope is just an incredibly powerful energy and thing to have, okay? When you can have without hope, you know, what is there in many respects? So you can be that voice of hope, I think, because of that blue coming through so powerfully as well, that blue throat chakra. You can be a voice of hope, a voice of holding on to the community's dreams and the community wishes. There'll be other voices in the community that will be maybe the voice of, you know, realism, and, you know, I'm thinking of a King of Swords kind of energy of you know, critical thinking and cutting things down to so that what remains is just the truth and reality, yeah, which is valid. And then another energy could be about, you know, a fire energy, about taking action and getting things done, and not everything having to be perfect and aligned, but kicking up the dust and bringing change. And then there's you, that is like this person who carries the voice of hope and wishes, and has such a magical quality, because without all of those things as well, we still need to, when things get difficult, when things get dark, hope is who we turn to. So really it's kind of answered very clearly, a very powerful message actually. I hope this resonates with you, Kimmie. I hope you can connect to that kind of energy. Anything else, Spirit? Eight of Cups. Again, kind of pure, with cups being like emotions, heartfelt energy is where we're coming from. Similar kind of blues in this card, but the Eight of Cups has this message about walking away from things that aren't emotionally fulfilling, which I think again ties in with this kind of keeping standards high, keeping our wishes pure and untainted in some ways, and not settled, and being brave enough and courageous enough to say no, that isn't, we're not going to settle for that isn't enough, we're going to leave, having the courage to say no to certain things in order to go for the best and the ideal and the highest goal, if that makes sense. Yeah, having the courage to walk away from what isn't serving you, what isn't serving your community, so you can also be that voice as well, Kimmie, to say no, let's ask for more, let's keep going, let's not settle for this, let's go for the original plan of what we wanted and what we needed and what we hoped for. I hope that resonated, Kimmie. Please let me know in the comments if it did. Drop me a like on the video if it did. Thank you so much for your question, and I hope I will catch up with you soon, but wishing you all the best. Love and light.